Welcome. It feels like the first time. Once again, I feel like we're right back that first podcast.
Yeah,
in a
we
white
tried to do it
void.
by ourselves. Remember
Yeah.
that? Good times.
Terrible.
Awful.
Glad we don't have to.
All right, thanks. All right.
Well, welcome back to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
on the couch. Hey.
Hey, there's the couch.
As always, producer Cara
looks-
Tafolla.
Annie looks so unamused, and Cara looks like she's putting it on.
I honestly forgot that we record sometimes with cameras.
And
okay.
joining us this week is
True.
Annie the Skovmand. Give us a big wave over there, ladies. Give us a little.
Bread me.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I would like a piece of bread
gosh,
too. Can you
that
talk about the
sounded
bread
so
for a second? Oh wow, I love that you
suggestive.
pull that
Bread me.
basket out of nowhere. It's so good.
I have been on a kick lately of making focaccia bread. And
it's
this
almost
is,
like you're pre-pandemic again.
I'm
Or-
right
or
back.
in the thick of it. I should
Oh,
say.
I was making bread like crazy during that old
Yeah.
pandemic.
It's true.
But it's back. Can you see that on cam?
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
This is, I think, the most proud I've been of a focaccia bread lately.
It
What's
is
the goal?
delicious.
What's the goal with the
This is it.
frittata?
Focaccia.
Oh my
Focaccia?
god.
You never
What?
went to Soup Plantation?
know.
What part of
Focaccia.
the middle of nowhere Santee did you grow up in? You don't know how to say
Annie,
focaccia?
I don't
Help
want to talk
yourself.
to you right now because I
Well.
have so many things I could say and I'm holding off. This is pro gasoline and
Lots of things
There's
to
so
say.
many good pieces.
This is a high hydration dough, and it's very easy to make, I will say. Very
I
easy.
hear that crunch.
Ryan's gonna put the recipe in the bio.
Here's the recipe. Flour, water, yeast, salt.
Olive oil.
Yeah, a lot of olive oil, too. Gotta have that olive oil for
is
the
there a lot of butter in it? Oh, I guess you didn't say butter. So
No butter.
No butter, just olive
Just
oil.
olive oil.
It
What
got
you're
like-
tasting is salty oil.
It's got
Which
like,
is better for you.
And I
It
put...
tastes like it should be a lot of calories, but I don't know. Is
oh, it certainly
It is.
is, but
Yeah.
don't worry about that.
The olive oil is good for you.
And I put rosemary on my focaccia.
Where's focaccia bread from?
From Italy.
Italy?
Yes.
Mm.
The Italians perfected a lot of things, among which focaccia bread.
This is the one where after it rises, you have to go
Yeah, you guys...
With your
Fine, go ahead,
fingers.
do that again.
So you're telling me all these little holes are where Ryan's touched?
those were my
Yeah, his
fingers,
fingers.
yes.
Oh.
That kind of
I washed them. Yeah, that's my my TikTok account. Ever since I started making it, has been flooded. My For You page with people making bread, as it happens. You know, you get into something and you start seeing a lot of it. That's the best part, is getting your fingers in there, the little divots.
This has got to make your house smell
Oh, yeah.
off the charts.
Off the charts.
Kara said she woke up from her nap. So fresh bread.
I did.
That's
It's a
beautiful.
rainy day.
Fellas, life hack, pro tip: the ladies love bread,
That's right.
or the boys. Everybody loves bread.
Yeah, I love it.
The
Canceled.
ladies and the
Canceled.
boys.
You're canceled.
Should we
I
give any
acknowledge-
context to why
Sorry,
we
all
are
people
against the
love
white
bread.
wall again? Or
Let's do it. It feels like we're starting over in a lot of ways because we
like, do we
are.
address it? Do we not address it?
We are
look like we're in a
currently
hostage video
in
right now.
the new home studio of the Albrights.
Mm-hmm.
We moved across town from good old Santee, and we have found ourselves here in beautiful La Mesa.
Beautiful nestled corner of La Mesa.
Can't quite tell because we are back in a white void.
Yeah.
The girls in a kind
Looks
of
like
a
maybe backstage.
looks like some kind of like cabaret is about to happen over there.
and the curtain
It's kind of
shows
nice.
right at the beginning.
But yeah, so this is, you guys moved recently. We
Yeah.
did talk about it on the show, and now here we are.
I'll tell you, it was great to hear right before we started, Jordan popped her head in and took the dog away. Thank the Lord. But and she really liked it, and that means a lot because if she doesn't like it, then
True.
it doesn't stay.
Can I
That's the
say
reality.
something that I noticed?
Yeah.
I thought it was really sweet that you were, I'm not going to say you were on edge while we were setting up. You were like visibly maybe nervous.
Yeah.
And then Jordan showed up and you fully like chilled out.
Well,
And she was like, "Oh, I like the setup." And you're like, "Oh."
Well, because it's a shared space, and before we moved here into this is our garage,
Right.
In our little townhome, and and it's a lot. I mean, I think it's a great idea, but I'm one part of a whole now. You
Right,
know?
right.
Like I'm just one half of a decision making duo. So, I was actually, it was funny because when we were talking about this, I started to think about like the days when, Jordan and I weren't serious, I guess.
Sure.
Where like you could kind of make decisions and it didn't really affect the other person. So you were able to do that. No problem. Like just really,
Sure.
and I'm talking about major decisions, like little ones, obviously, but we talk about major decisions like moving something into your own place.
Mm-hmm.
You got to run that by the powers that be. And so I think I'm really thankful that she liked it because I was like, I don't know if she's going to dig this because it is a good portion of our garage.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But
Yeah.
Jordan's always been really supportive of all my stuff. So
I love that. It
Wow,
makes
wow.
me feel good.
do you remember those days at all though? Like before? Well, I guess you've been
Well, I
with
was
Cara
gonna
a long
say,
time.
I feel like
A long, long time.
we're an
Well,
old couple.
You're going to be with each other for like
A long, long
longer than
time.
half your life
In
before
2
you know it.
weeks, it's gonna be our 8-year dating anniversary.
So that's
we
what I'm
started
saying.
dating
Whoa.
8 years ago.
I'm saying, like you guys will have
That's
hit
right.
a point where you've been longer together than you have
Sure.
apart, way faster than any of us will.
When we started like living together, I will say the biggest thing for me and still in my day to day is like if I'm hungry and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go eat something or I'm gonna make something to eat, I'm constantly now checking in with Cara. I'm like, hey, have you eaten?
Yeah.
Like, do you plan
Yeah.
on eating? Like,
Yeah.
what's it like? And it's just like a small thing, but I do it every day. I'm like, oh, like Cara's getting off work. I wonder if she ate at work. I wonder if she wants to go get something. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like a thing now.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. I'm like,
Yeah.
your life just has changed so much when you start living together or get married or what have you, and so when you make a decision, and on paper we were like, yeah, we want to do this, but then I was like, we started putting this together, and I was like, ooh, yikes, so maybe it won't go.
I'm gonna take
Annie,
a minute.
go ahead. Tell us what it's like.
I'm gonna change the subject and bring to attention my dupe.
Gosh.
I'm a
your
Stanley
dupe.
girl now.
It's not a
Annie.
Stanley.
You're
It's not a
not.
Stanley.
So
I'm a Stanley girl.
Oh, you
Ryan.
and you even got the
that
brand
kind of surprises
name.
me, Annie. Well, I know you didn't buy that, but
John, why are you giving away my
I'm not
secrets?
saying where you
Oh.
got it from. I'm
Did
just
somebody
saying
give
you
it
didn't
to
buy
you?
it.
Oh, you
She
acquired
did the
it.
same thing you did.
We
Same
both
way.
acquired
Okay.
them.
Annie and I work in events.
Here we go. Here
work
we
in
go.
events.
Here
That's
we
the point.
go.
And sometimes things get left behind, and you'll never see those people again. And that's where you
I mean, you
acquire
might
things.
see those people. That's
Certainly not. I'm drinking from a Rainer Goods.
Rain or good.
Never heard of them, but
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
now correct me if I'm wrong, Annie.
I like that color more.
Isn't that cute? I'm not a huge fan of the handle though. It's rather thin. Feels a little Amazon.
It's a $28 Amazon cup.
That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
You called
$28
it.
though. Stanley's like a tool company, right? What does Stanley do?
They were
Tools.
thermoses.
Oh, really?
Are they separate from the tool company?
I don't know.
Good thing we have a research producer to look that up for us.
I don't have a title.
Official title: research producer Annie Skovmand.
I guess that's Cara
Stanley.
now too. I don't even know.
I think we're all little researchers in our own ways, right?
Wow,
You're not
that's
gonna
beautiful. That is beautiful.
also address the other elephant in the room?
Oh, we'll get to it in due time, but I just wanted to harp on.
Okay,
cup for
Stanley,
a bit
Built
here.
for Life, Stanley Drinkware and Gear. 1913. First made. First.
1913. Wow.
Yeah, it's like now they're practically only growlers and mugs and coolers and jugs and
Sure.
whatnot.
Why did I think they were a tool company?
There is a Stanley tool company though. They must be separate.
Maybe I was connecting them.
Well, they're spelled the same way.
Well, that defeats my whole.
Yeah,
segue.
they have camp. That's what I thought they were. They were for camping. They were like camping gear. Like they made little
so
stoves
two
and
separate
burners and
companies
things.
is what it
Well,
is.
I was gonna like talk about how funny I think it is that like Carhartt is such a big brand these days,
Yeah.
and that's like work clothes, right?
Yeah.
Like, traditionally, it's like big thick jackets and like overalls and coveralls, and
Yeah, the amount of Carhartt beanies we have is.
now it's like a whole thing, like the brand
Standard.
name. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, it's all overalls.
What's that?
They were all they're workwear.
I think
Totally.
I
Uniform.
think the disconnect is it's not just brand names anymore because I feel like brand names have always been a thing, but it's like these attainable brand names. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Like you talk about Carhartt, it's like that was always a brand, but it was just always a work brand, right?
Or like
Well,
Levi
it's now
jeans, right?
now the middle class is a fashion trend.
Hey, all right.
Wow.
Go ahead. Go off.
Stanley originated. You would see those thermoses on like construction sites,
Sure.
and workers would take like that would be their lunch is a Stanley thermos with the and it would be like the big metal one because it might fall off the
Sure.
freaking roof, you know.
Sure.
And you know Carhartt, all these things, the middle class has become fashionable
Well,
because for the upper class, it's like, oh, something we're not.
Well, and I saw a thing too. It's like we're romanticizing, like the market crash. Like I've seen so many TikToks of people like making cabbage like meals. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I love. Or no, the biggest one is the tin fish. Have you
What?
seen tin fish? Okay, people are like romanticizing, kind of like charcuterie, but it's like tin fish, where they'll have like a tin of marinated like sardines or tuna
My grandpa
or
loves that stuff.
yeah, right. But like, they're like, oh, like we're gonna have a nice tin fish dinner. Like, oh, it's crackers, and here's our couple of, oh, and we've got little octopus and shrimp, and like,
What?
and it's just so funny. The comment section is always like, wow, people are romanticizing the recession. Like, it's really happening.
Yeah.
Like poor core, you know.
Poor core, that's what
Gosh.
it is.
Interesting.
Not poor.
What's
What's
your-
major change going on around here?
Another major change.
Your hair.
Your
Yeah.
head.
Talk about recession
Yeah.
of hair.
I thought you just didn't want to get a haircut for all this time.
No, turns out, yes, for the video watchers, first of all, thank you for bringing
of all,
your
thank
view over to YouTube. And if you're listening on maybe Spotify or Apple Music, why don't you head on over to YouTube, get the full experience of the podcast. You could see not only my new haircut, but my new glasses.
Oh,
Gosh.
yeah. Is this prescription? These are nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And tell us the logic behind cutting your hair, because I thought you were going to grow it out longer than you've ever had.
Sure.
That's what I was
Sure.
hearing.
I was big talk, right?
Yeah,
because
wow.
I had grown out my hair really long back in 2017 was when I finally cut it. Maybe it was 2018 when I finally cut it. But I had really long hair, really
Yeah.
long curly locks, right?
Yeah.
And then I finally did cut it, and I had a season of short hair for a while. And then the last time I had gotten my hair cut was just before my brother's wedding. So that was
January.
January of 2022.
Yeah. I remember.
And then I just didn't cut it. And I was
That
like,
was the last time you got your hair
that
cut?
was the last time I got my hair
So
cut.
you-
Your hair
had a
grows
year.
pretty slowly.
That's
Really?
what, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a...
Yeah.
Because it's curly.
Yeah, almost
I
a
think
year
Yeah.
now.
previous to that, the longest I went was like 2.5 years without cutting it.
Yeah.
And so this time I was like, I'm just gonna let it go and see what happens. But it's kind of like I had rose-colored lenses with the long hair. I didn't realize that the upkeep,
Well, in your curls.
especially with curly hair, I can't just throw on a hat. I can't just like wear a beanie. Can't just like
No.
jump in the water at the beach. You know, it all gets tangled. It's all a big mess.
Yeah,
I was there
boo-hoo
the whole
you, right?
time to
Boo-hoo.
take care of it, and you wouldn't let me.
No, see, the thing is Kara's version of taking care of my hair was combing it all out, right? It
Yeah,
was
before a
this
shower.
big poofy mess, right? And then take a shower, and then the next day,
That's called scalp care.
right back where I started.
No, because you wouldn't let me put conditioner in it, leave-in,
Or the
curl
the brush
cream,
people like separate their curls and do the
Denman
like
brush.
the handle.
The
yeah.
point is, my lifestyle is not cut out for
Kinda interesting.
the
Curly
time
hair.
of
Wait,
So-
wait,
wait.
Hold on.
Your
Yes.
lifestyle.
yes, I
Your
don't have-
lifestyle.
Thank you for catching it.
yes, my lifestyle.
Your busy lifestyle.
Yes, it's not about the.
Always,
it's
always
not about
working.
the time.
Always
it's
out.
about
Your
the mental
busy,
capacity.
your busy
Okay.
lifestyle
Bread today.
doesn't
remember?
doesn't
I
have
did.
time.
So okay,
you
there's
don't
two
wait. I'm
paths
sorry.
could've
I
gone
just have
down
to
today.
finish this.
Go ahead. Amy.
You don't have the mental capacity or time to deal
whoa.
with
Yes.
your own genetics.
No. I didn't say time. Didn't say time. I said mental capacity.
You don't have the mental capacity to deal
Yes.
with the genetics that you've been given.
That is correct. Yes, absolutely.
Got it.
Who could be bothered? Really? Really?
That is so good.
People are sitting around combing out their hair, brushing out their hair.
Yeah, I've been
Washing
saying
their
for
hair.
years that
You see me oil my hair.
I know, and you see me bake bread. So which path do you want me to go down? You want me to sit around all day twirling my hair, or do you want focaccia bread?
I love the bread.
That's kinda where
I'll
we're
take
at.
the bread.
Thank you.
Bread for 200,
Thank you,
please.
John. I've convinced John.
bread for
Kara,
200.
Kara actually appriciates the short hair. So
She does. She's
kind
kind
of-
of fronting right now.
yeah, she kind of fronting it
cleaner.
up. She was
It's
very
cleaner.
happy when the
Yeah.
hair went.
Okay. segmenting off.
Go ahead.
Of this.
Segment.
There's someone that I've been wanting to talk about since I saw a TikTok about it today.
Go ahead.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Okay.
Yes. You
mean
Let's
Pepper
dive
Potts?
right into it.
The TikTok I saw was like Gwyneth Paltrow can't control her facial expressions.
Yeah, I saw that one too. So Gwyneth Paltrow today went in for her trial.
Okay.
She's being sued for. Well, now I guess she's doing the suing, but she was being sued
She'll
for
be did the suing.
$3.1 million for a ski accident, a hit and run, if you will,
Oh.
where she supposedly ran into someone on the bunny slopes
Oh.
of a ski resort in Utah.
Okay. Was
And-
it a child?
No, it was a full man.
Wouldn't that be awful?
And she broke 4 of their ribs and
Oh.
some sort of brain injury, a severe
She's like
concussion.
a wafer, isn't she? How could she cause that much damage? She's so thin.
Then I did a deep dive on her because if you don't know who she is,
Which, right off the bat, not a fan. I'll say.
Oh,
Not a fan of
no.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
she's a weirdo. But I have decided
Snake oil salesman.
Goop. Right?
that I
Yes.
am gonna save the money and we're gonna buy the vagina candle.
You want the vagina?
There's a
oil.
vagina
I need to
candle?
smell. I need
She
to know.
has a candle that allegedly
Supposedly.
smells like her own vagina, or
Yeah,
just
her
vagina.
own.
No,
her
that's
vagina.
weird.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
Age
and it's
completely normal, okay?
insanely
Totally
priced.
fine.
But
And
I decided that
It's insanely what?
priced.
Oh,
It-
okay.
Everything Goop is insanely priced. She's
can
a
we get a
total
price
snake
check
oil.
on that vagina candle, Karen?
I'm trying.
Thank you.
It is insane. And I've decided that we need to see what it smells like.
Okay, so
Do you
Wait,
think
wait,
it would be
wait,
exclusive
wait,
to
wait.
Goop or in the pleasure shop?
I
Okay.
think it's a Goop
Don't let
exclusive.
me
Yeah.
answer that. I don't know.
I feel like it'd be in the pleasure shop.
I don't know.
I don't
Let's
know
stop
how
saying
pleasurable that
I
is.
hate that. I hate that.
Is this on the Goop
But-
website?
But back
Yeah.
to why she's on trial for her hit and run. This happened in 2016. He sued her 2019, and lost. But that's a lot of people think she paid off the judge.
Dun dun dun.
Why do
Wait,
they
can
think
you hit us
that?
a sound
Oh,
effect?
sorry. Hold on.
Hands.
Okay, way too loud. Wait,
Okay.
You guys, there's a lot of different. There's 3 different candles.
Give me just the prices.
Hands off my vagina candle is $75.
Okay. Reasonable.
This smells like my vagina candle.
That's the one.
$75.
That's the one we're getting.
This smells like my vagina votive.
Okay.
$20.
Oh.
Maybe
It's a
we need the
votive.
votive.
Well, I mean, if we're just gonna smell it, it's not like we're gonna burn it ongoingly, but
Does it say the scent?
ongoingly.
It's
The
her
baby
vagina.
version of our now famous full size, gorgeous, sexy, beautifully unexpected scent. It's made with geranium, citrusy bergamot, and
And vagina.
cedar.
This is
Okay,
so-
go-
this is so
Juxtaposed with
aggressive.
Go ahead.
damask rose and ombre seed.
Just move it to the cart and we'll deal with it.
Yeah,
after
we'll
the
deal
show.
with it later. We'll
Um,
write it off.
Okay, I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
First off, what? right off the bat.
First
second
of
of all,
all,
first of all,
what?
huh?
Huh?
Really
And,
good
um,
podcasting.
Why?
Second of all, duh. Okay, so why do we think that the judge was paying off? 'Cause
So
it
the
was
whole
just so
thing was
clear-cut?
like, no, it was like the timing of it.
Okay.
She was like gonna put up this whole fight. What are you putting at?
No, sorry. Never mind. Go ahead.
She was gonna put up this whole fight, and then just like randomly, the judge ruled in her favor.
Oh,
Okay.
So the rumor is that she paid off the judge, and now she's countersuing, and she's suing him because now she's changed her story and said, "Actually, I didn't run into you; you ran into me."
It's true.
Well, that is sketchy. But did he come back with another suit? Like, can't he like appeal it or something? Like, why would she
I
out
don't
of the
know.
blue?
Sure, they have
He
to get
lowered
settled
it.
in
He
order,
lowered
right?
his. He lowered.
How much money he was going for?
Yeah, from 3.1 million to 300,000.
That doesn't look
Oh.
good. See, that doesn't look good for him.
Now, a lot
That's a
of
little
times
weird.
people will come after celebrities for,
Yeah.
you know, maybe they did bump into each other on the ski slopes, right? On
Well,
the
and then
bunny
people
slope.
are saying like, why did it take you 3 years to sue her?
Absolutely. Like you've just been sitting on these medical bills and you're like, this is just unmanageable. It's that Gwyneth Paltrow's fault. If I had just, you know, gotten the money out of her 3 years ago, I wouldn't be in such debt or whatever.
And then his argument for that was it took him those 3 years to get everything sorted out with his brain injury.
Oh, wow.
But also back on what we were saying, like she's like 100 pounds because she lives off of
yeah.
bone broth and freaking
and
sunlight
like vagina
and
candles.
vagina juice and
Yeah.
like
That was
Got that?
that
Got
was
that?
too far. That was it. There it is. There's
Okay,
the line, folks.
so-
There's the line.
We've got two sides of the
Oh,
story.
boy.
Where are those hired? The new hires?
She is weird, right?
Yes, she is
Point
so
one.
weird.
Point two, she's got a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
But
she's
then
got.
I'm also
How
like,
much money
what
do you think
is?
she has, though, logistically?
I mean, she's Iron Man.
She's been in a lot of
She
movies.
What was her
is
name?
Iron Man. Pepper
Potts.
Pepper Bojangle.
Pepper Potts.
Pepper
Really?
Pepper Piper
In Iron
Pizza.
Man?
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It just doesn't sound
Guess
right,
how
you know what I'm
much?
saying?
She's worth
50 mil.
Her net worth for 2023.
Oh, but she's got a big company too. But
100 mil.
does anyone actually buy that stuff?
I think
Probably
she's
weirdos.
worth $17 million.
I'm going to double down and say it's 50. Yep.
100 mil.
$160 million.
Oh,
Plus
dang
one,
it.
I win.
She's been in a lot of movies.
She's been in a lot of movies, and she probably invests.
She has made most of her money through Goop.
Yeah.
Really? Big
Okay, if
pyramid
you are
scheme,
listening
or
to this and you have bought
snake oil.
anything off of Goop and you actually stand by it, please reach out to us. I'd love
Yes,
to talk.
comment
And tell us
below.
what to buy. Is it from the pleasure shop?
We need
Okay.
to know.
Kara's really been
What
looking
is
at
he
the
Do you
doing?
have
link.
the
What?
candle?
Is anything of quality in the pleasure shop?
I just like how would they develop this that
What
smell for her?
specifically?
Like, would she be like, "Can you come into the back room? I need you to smell my vagina so you can put it into a candle."
No,
Well,
she's
it's
so,
bergamot
she's
and
so
rose.
whacked out. She's probably
So
just
weird.
like, oh yeah, smell it, and then tell me what you think.
She's like, "That's what it smells like."
She's at a
Gross."
boardroom meeting, and she's like, okay, everybody smell
Maybe
me.
she's wearing the
It don't-
rose-colored glasses, and she's like making something that she thinks smells like hers.
And,
It's like,
and let me
everyone's
just
like,
tell you, there's no way. There's no way.
There's no way.
There's
no way.
no way
There's
it
no
smells
way.
like that. Gwyneth, we need to get you checked
Because
out.
isn't that the other thing? I mean, I don't know.
Go ahead,
I'm not
John.
going to speak to this very far, but I'm saying, isn't that the thing about
In my
eating
limited
healthy
research.
is like you're like nothing smells good when you're like truly eating healthy, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that the thing.
Well,
Yeah.
vegetables and fruit. Yeah.
It's
You
that-
farty.
It doesn't.
Right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
No, maybe I
No.
don't know.
No.
No, you're right. You're right.
That
Tell
is
me.
that is perfect.
You tell me.
There was pretty famously this tree at our high school that every spring would bloom, and people would say it smelled like vagina. And I
Oh,
had no frame of
It
reference.
have
back
little
then.
white flowers.
Yes,
Yeah, I grew up and we had one of those in our front yard.
vagina tree.
Yeah, and my parents are recently selling their house.
Okay.
And it started to bloom, and our next door neighbors are like, "You better sell it before it starts to smell."
Yeah.
No one will buy a house with that.
Nobody's gonna buy
It
or
does- and
some weirdo will buy it.
So what's
Yeah.
what's the point of planting those trees then? Like, how,
Well, it's like gorgeous. It
beautiful-
has
they
these
are
beautiful.
beautiful.
little white flowers
Yes.
that bloom, and the whole thing. It's gorgeous, and it's like a very seasonal tree.
Spring,
and I
springtime.
think they live very well in California, like the climate.
oh, they
but
like living here. Well,
It do
You and me
it do
both,
be
tree.
smelling.
love living
It do
here in
be
San Diego.
smelling. But yeah, Gwyneth
Well,
Paltrow.
Let's see how that shakes out for her because
I'm-
I'm not one to be like, yeah, go celebrity, like get money from random.
But he was a retired optometrist, so he probably has money. So that's the thing that I'm like,
so what's
Guys,
the
if
point
they
of
were
it
on
all?
the same slopes together, they're in the same tax bracket. I would
true.
imagine.
Yeah, if
think
he's
so?
skiing where Gwyneth Paltrow
He's-
skis,
you
Yeah,
know,
where was this? Like,
it's some bougie ski resort in Utah.
oh,
So she has to go
Utah.
to Utah to do this.
wow.
kinda interesting.
Yeah,
huh?
and then the whole thing is like his
The sounds
lawyer.
of the city.
His lawyer is kind of hilarious.
The tree is a Bradford pear tree,
Sure.
Sure.
No
often
fruit.
compared to rotting fish.
Rotting fish.
there you go.
There
See?
you have it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And the funny thing is like they were showing all these clips of her like his lawyer and all these like he's doing his opening statements and all these objections get called, and it kind of seems like the court's out against him already. So I think that's where people are like,
Money grubber.
yeah, this is fishy, something's going on. And
Hence
speaking
the countersuit. Because she's
speaking-
probably, she's
No.
probably paying off this lawyer,
Yeah.
right? For doing the whole runaround. That's probably what that's about. Is like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend a bunch of money to like prove my innocence. I didn't do anything.
yeah, another celebrity who's in the news for paying people off.
Let's hear it.
Former President
Donnie.
Donnie Trump.
Always.
Donnie.
Always.
He is, which is
five.
which is funny because we were talking about this before the podcast.
Beautiful, lovely
He
sum of money.
The most beautiful.
$130,000
president of
or
all time.
$30,000. No, $130,000.
But the whole thing is, it's like he told his one of his upper executives to do it, right? There's no record of him
Now-
doing it.
Yeah, it's the guy. It's
I'm not
it's
defending Trump, for the
McConnell.
record.
We're talking about Stormy Daniels, right?
Yep,
Is the
Stormy
payoff.
Daniels.
Now,
Stormy.
apparently, I did some digging of my own. That's not the bad part. Is you can pay somebody for their silence all you want, up and down. That's not against the law.
Sure.
But now this is the kicker: is that he funneled campaign funds
To do it.
To do
to
it.
do it. $130,000
Yeah.
worth of vote for me money
Of course.
Which
to shut up Stormy Daniels.
have we not learned anything? I worked for a political figure who
Right.
funneled
The
campaign
vaping
funds.
congressman, right?
The vaping congressman,
Allegedly.
Duncan D. Hunter.
Oh, are you trying to keep that a silent?
No, I don't care.
Sorry.
No, we've said
Um,
it a couple times.
And I just have we not learned?
Go ahead.
Duncan was the last person that Trump pardoned before he left office.
The vaping
The
congressman.
vaping congressman, free of his sins, thanks to
gosh.
Donnie Trump.
Now he can vape wherever he wants.
Now,
Well,
Donald
no,
Trump-
not on a plane because his bill never got passed.
Not on a plane.
Yikes.
Now, I'm correct in saying that he paid Stormy Daniels to pee on him or something.
What?
It
Well,
was
it was pretty
they
gnarly
had an
stuff.
affair early or something. Like he paid her for sex, and she was gonna come out and say it,
I
and
think
then
she did eventually. Broke
and then
the silence.
but the whole thing was he was gonna say he paid her to not say it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So it's all void.
But so now the funny thing
all
is
good now.
nothing has really happened with it.
Of course.
It's so that is just tied in with the huge all the allegations against him, the January 6th, all the stuff, And
It's not looking good for him.
not looking good.
But it's not exactly mobilizing
yeah,
either.
to everyone else's knowledge. But then Trump goes out and says, "I'm getting arrested this week," and everyone else is like, "We don't know anything about
Where did
that,
he say
really."
that? Did he tweet that out on
He-
his...
on his social media network, Truth. Is
Yeah.
what he said. Yeah,
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
I was reading about it and I was like, I thought it was an official thing. The district attorney's office released a statement saying because sometimes they do that for celebrities. They'll say we're gonna come, they do a public thing.
Yeah.
But then I read in an article today that his staff was like, yeah, no, we haven't been notified of an official indictment. He just said that. He just thinks it's gonna happen.
Well,
That's kind of his thing, though.
He's trying to
Right.
predict it, right?
It's not about saying something true. It's just about saying something.
and then
Oh.
I read a thing about all the hoops that would jump through to actually arrest him, because he's a former president, he has Secret Service for life.
Yeah,
That's right.
So beyond already, you'd have to get into his inner circle to even know where he's at, to then have to get through Secret Service for them to have the ability to actually arrest him.
Sure.
Some would say it might be easier though, because Secret Service does know where he is all the time. But
And Secret Service would comply with the FBI
said-
or
1000%.
the
He
CIA
He
or
said
whatever.
the Stormy Horseface Daniels investigation is an
my
extortion
God.
plot. They're all
Yes.
sick and it's fake news.
He's crazy, man. I mean,
He-
talk about
Unhinged.
developing an audience. His
Unhinged.
fan base
Unhinged.
at this point,
Mike Pence is totally against him now too. Mike Pence is
any self-respecting Republican is, right?
well, the other flip side of all this though is a lot of these Republicans, like Kevin, the Speaker of the House, Kevin, what's his last name?
McConnell?
Costner.
oh
No.
no, the new one.
Mc something.
I don't know.
Kevin and also Mike
Kevin
Pence have
McAllister.
come out in support of Trump about not being indicted, only because there's a lot they're saying about
Sets a precedent,
the district attorney's they're looking at the district attorney going okay, this district attorney also is changing and helping write all this legislation to decriminalize a lot of things in New York. So in New York
what?
right now, you can walk into a Walgreens and steal up to a certain amount of money and no one can stop you because the district attorney's office will not prosecute. So Walgreens, specifically, they're moving out of their company. They're moving out of New York, or they're trying to scale down in New York because people will just walk in and steal stuff because the police literally will not arrest you unless it hits
up to a felony amount, right?
Right,
$1,000 or something.
And so what they're saying,
Target does the same thing.
What they're saying is that this district attorney is kind of funneling a lot of time and effort into this indictment on Trump, where it's the reality is there's other things that he could be working on, and they're there's not a lot there with Trump, because
Sure.
the reality is with Trump, this is the other piece of it, is that even if they indict him, he's not going to prison. Like these celebrities never do.
Sure, but
You
I
know?
feel
Martha
that
Stewart did.
Oh,
Sure.
I mean, what was that? Well, he kind of got famous after. I was going to say that Wall Street guy,
So a lot of people,
Jordan Belfort,
Jordan
but
Belfort.
he kind
A
of
lot
got
of peop-
famous afterwards.
A lot of people are saying like it's kind of a waste, and it's like why chase the rabbit when you could like really be working on things that like that will actually do good. Because the other thing about Trump is like even if he goes to prison, it's like he's not even up for a lot of years, so he'll get out and he'll still be doing his dang thing.
Well, that's kind of
you
kind of
know?
the principle of it, isn't it? Like that means like the next president could do the same thing and get away with it, and we just have this cycle of like psycho people in charge that can do whatever they want and say whatever they want. Like, I feel like at some point it's like just like I said, it's just based on principle. Like,
Sure.
if he got arrested, at least it's like okay, well he's being processed for that kind of thing. I mean, they even like impeached Bill Clinton, like, right? I mean.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, and and
That's a
by
totally
the way,
different thing,
I'm
but-
not defending him. I'm just saying it was an interesting counterpart to why a lot of these Republican,
Sure.
spearhead people are like coming out and being like, this is kind of dumb. Like, why
Yeah.
is this person doing it? Because they're looking at it and going, like this district attorney, or whatever, I don't know what his name is. He has like kind of a record of really decriminalizing a lot of things, and to
Sure.
the point where like New Yorkers are really unhappy with him because they're like, you're making everything like you're lowering all these stakes on all these smaller crimes, and it's making New York really unsafe.
What, like marijuana or what?
Not even that. It's just like I have to look at the specifics. I obviously didn't read enough, but go
I
ahead.
just saw a list of the world's safest like countries in order, like ranked.
Okay, number one.
I don't remember number one because I
Okay.
really wasn't listening.
Where was the U.S.? Is
like 52?
Yeah.
country? How many countries are there? Something like
Oh.
200 countries, isn't there?
200 and something, yeah,
Let's see.
210, I think. Wait, did I just pull that out? No, there's no way.
I love this podcast, man.
Could
we
you
can
imagine?
we can say whatever we want.
No, but the reason I was enamored is New Zealand was number 2.
Iceland is number 1.
No, Iceland. It was Iceland.
Well, small country, so you got better odds.
But I was, because I've
Right?
recently been like, I really want to go to New Zealand, and then New Zealand was number 2 safest country, and I was like, sold, going, I'm there.
New Zealand. What's the draw to New Zealand?
New Zealand?
I mean, it's beautiful. I'll say that's where they filmed those.
Ireland is number 3.
That's again small countries we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got good chances.
It goes
Not a lot of
Iceland, New
crime going
Zealand,
on.
Ireland, Austria, Denmark, Portugal,
We also
Czech
have,
Republic,
like,
Slovenia,
One
Singapore,
of the
Japan.
highest gun
They
gun rates.
They filmed
Gun death.
those Lord of the Ring movies in New Zealand, and that's
Yes.
basically all I know about it. Is like sprawling green hills.
Sprawling green hills, beautiful coastline,
Sprawling green
like
hills.
no
What
bugs
else you
really.
need?
They have like spiders, but like
Now,
they really
I was
don't
gonna
have.
say it's pretty close to Australia. You got
They
all
don't
those
have,
creepy
like-
crawlies.
Creepy crawlies.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of natural predators. They don't, I listened to a podcast with a guy who hosts it, who's from New Zealand, and his whole thing is he like learned something new about America that they
Okay.
don't have in New Zealand.
Okay.
So like his last episode was on rabies because he got bit by a squirrel, and he had to get the rabies shot. And he's like, we literally don't have rabies where I'm from. Like it's not
In
a
New Zealand.
thing in New Zealand. And there's like all these little things where he's like, we just don't have that. Like we don't have that problem.
crazy.
We don't have that. We don't have this.
Well, California's making some strides towards being a better place.
Oh.
There was just a bill that's
Oh, yeah.
just in trying to get passed,
Yes, trying to get past.
banning a bunch of those killer chemicals that the U.S. just like allows in their food.
That's like banned in
would
the
love
UK
that.
already.
Potassium nitrate, right? Red dye,
potassium
number 4.
bromate.
Oh, thank you.
Red dye 3.
Thank you.
Propylparaben,
that
and
you knew that much,
titanium dioxide.
I think it's fascinating because it's been like in the
It's
news so
in
much lately.
Campbell's soup, several breads, jelly beans, Sour Patch Kids,
Oh,
Skittles.
did we talk about this last week?
I don't think so.
'Cause
We
talking
talked
about
a little
we were
bit
talking
about-
about,
A little bit about
wheat
how the
thins. We were talking
FDA
about wheat
Oh.
thins.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
yeah.
talking. We were talking a little bit. I brought up the fact that I saw a list of foods that are banned in other places.
So
Between
those
that
could be banned.
conversation and now, this bill is like trying to get got.
What's crazy
told
is
you
all
that
these
this-
places have
this podcast-
We have a lot of influence.
We have a ton
lot
of
of traction
influence.
we're getting.
All
from
of
this
these
podcast.
places have these candies and
Yeah.
stuff,
Oh,
but those chemicals are omitted. Like you can find Skittles and Sour Patch in the UK,
I
but
was
they
like-
don't have those ingredients.
I was about to
Oh,
start
yeah.
mourning Swedish fish, but turns out you can just
See, but that's kind of interesting
better
though,
ones.
because why wouldn't the company just like it's going to save them money from acquiring that element and incorporating it into their products? So
Not
like,
if-
why wouldn't they just mix it all?
I think it
together?
Not
all
if it costs
improves
more.
shelf life.
yes.
I think
Yeah.
that's what
Shelf
it is.
life.
Oh,
It
that
costs
makes sense.
because if you think of it, America, giant country.
Yeah.
Ginormous.
It
We
probably
love
wouldn't-
candy.
Yeah, we love candy. Insane sweet tooth, super high rates of diabetes, obesity. We probably are the number one intaker of candy
And, like,
worldwide.
Big box stores, right? Walmart.
Yeah.
Think of how many Walmarts are in this country. Like,
Targets.
the shelves are just packed with candy that is literally like slowly killing
Where
you. Right?
these chemicals are keeping everything not fresh, but longer. So
Stay on
like
the
in the
shelf
UK,
longer,
there's a ton of things like Skittles. You won't find a red Skittle because
that
it's
true?
red dye.
Wow.
So they just omit the red.
No red.
Oh, see, that would kind of kill it for me.
That's you know what red dye number 40 is.
Could you
What?
imagine?
Crushed beetles.
I always heard it was crushed up bugs.
It was back in the day when they first made it. It was crushed up beetles.
Whose
and then
day?
they changed it.
Whose day was that?
I don't know, the 50s.
That feels like a 80s thing. Like
But that was a big
That's
thing
funny.
when I
I'm
was
gonna start
little.
doing that when people go back and when they say it back in
Whose
the
day?
Go, whose day though?
which day?
Because it was whenever we ate
back in
maraschino
the day.
cherries on top of sundaes.
Oh,
my
yeah.
mom would be like, red dye 40, crushed beetles.
Those things are nuclear. Those
Yeah,
maraschino
there's-
cherries.
There's no way that those should be allowed anyway.
I love them.
Come on, you
definitely
love them,
not.
though.
They are literally just acid bombs.
Have you had a real maraschino cherry?
No.
Like the dark. They're bad. I
The-
don't like them.
Hot take.
He loves
You
I
love
them.
disagree. I love them.
You love them.
I
They're
love a
nasty.
good
I
cherry.
get a can of those on the show.
Oh,
Ugh.
next week I got you.
They're-
Next week.
I got some.
Man, okay,
Next week.
that's crazy. Oh man,
What's the
Well,
most like
Cara-
toxic? Sorry. Oh, I was just.
Cara and
Rebattling.
toxic.
What's the
Taylor
most toxic
Swift.
person
Cara,
you know?
Cara.
Go ahead, Cara.
Me.
No, Cara is the most toxic person I know.
Guaranteed.
Dun, dun, dun.
I was just gonna say, what's the most toxic like snack that you like, treat that you know is like
Oh.
slowly killing you?
Oh.
Oh, I got mine right.
Go ahead, John.
I don't know.
I just recently got back into them Arizona teas.
Yo.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I drink them
Yes.
knowing there's not a single natural
Nope.
thing in this.
Nope.
But I
So much sugar.
I
Water
just
and
love
corn
it.
syrup.
I
right?
love it.
I don't
Yes.
know, man. It's something about
That
it.
was such a high school thing. It brings me back.
I used to
Okay.
drink those every day.
Yeah, they're great.
Absolutely.
It's because we live right by a liquor store, which I guess maybe we did beforehand, but it just is such walking distance from here. Like
Yeah.
we could get there in like 30 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and so we'll go by there once in a while. Like if we run it, like and this place also has like the basics. So we needed eggs for something, and
Yeah.
they had eggs, which was great. But and every time I walk through, I'm like, I'm gonna grab
99
a few.
cent.
It's 99 cents.
Well,
You
I
can't
don't think
beat
they're
that
99 cents
price.
anymore. I think they're
They-
like 129 or
No, they're
something.
99 cents there.
Depends on where you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the best was, I was there one time, and he scanned the barcode, and it came up as 9 cents.
Oh.
And I was
Say
like,
anything?
I didn't say anything, but he immediately, it was a kid that was running, and the owner was like a couple feet away or whatever, and he was like, "Is this right?" And the owner was like, "No." And then he rings it up back to 99 cents, and I was like,
Dang.
"Dang!" They were
Gotcha.
all about to be 9
Gotcha.
cents.
They almost
but-
got a 10-cent.
For me, it's pizza rolls. Certainly.
Oh,
Pizza rolls
yeah.
or hot pockets. Who
Yes.
knows what kind of like cheesy sludge is going on in there?
Not good.
I was never a Hot Pocket gal. I was always pizza roll
always a
or
pizza.
bagel bites.
Bagel
But you can
bites.
beat that. Your family eats all kinds of nuclear.
His
waste.
parents tried bagel bites for the first time like a month ago.
What?
Isn't that weird? I grew up on those little suckers.
Those little.
Go ahead.
Yeah, every day
Those
after
little-
school, I'd make a little tray of them.
Yeah.
whatever that was.
It was the
and
after
just-
school.
And
And
then
the
they
best
get really
part,
hot and
they're
then
not
really
good.
cold fast. They were
Yes,
never
they
the
are.
right
They're not.
temperature, but
No,
No.
the cheese.
No, they're
There's
not.
not ever enough cheese.
And they're always cold
No.
in the
They're
middle.
always cold.
Love 'em.
You
They-
take a
and
big
they-
love 'em.
bite
This
and
is
it's
the
hot on the
one thing
outside.
You
Karen
make.
and I can agree on
and you
is
know-
that
Bagel bites.
You know
Bagel
that that's
bites
not
are
a bagel.
balls.
It's not on bagels. It's on some sort of nuclear sludge
Yes.
bread that you
Exactly.
can't ever actually bite. You're like,
It's
Oh,
always
mine
too
are
hot and
definitely
too cold.
Tapatio Doritos. Are
Oh,
slowly
yeah.
killing me.
Or
I will
Takis.
eat a
Takis, too.
full
Takis.
bag of
Oh, yeah.
Tapatio
Oh.
Doritos
Hot
right
fries.
now.
Talk about red dyes.
yeah. Speaking. Okay, I had a theory. Did your school have? Well, you went to fake school, but
Thank
for those
you.
who actually went to school, did you
Good
have
catch.
vending machines?
Yes.
Yes.
Did your vending machines
Have the
Yes.
gummy worms that
have
were hard? Yes.
Munchies?
Yes.
Munchies.
Our vending machines,
Flamin'
my
hot
school-
munchies.
flaming hot munchies, not normal munchies, flaming hot
Can
munchies.
somebody explain it to Ryan?
Yes,
He
we
was
had
on
flaming
school.
hot munchies.
You guys,
my school.
At my school, but for the listeners, can you explain it? Because I totally know what it is.
Flamin' Hot
I love
Munchies
it.
is a bag of assorted snackies,
Sun chips.
pretzels, and sun chips,
Doritos.
and like a
It's-
little breadstick, right?
Nope.
Yeah, it's a
Not
Cheeto.
Munchies.
Chex Mix.
Not Munchies.
A Chex Mix.
Well, the-
and
No, you
God,
guys
you're
are
so wrong.
You guys are mixing
Chex
Chex
Mix.
Mix and Munchies.
No, I was
But it
calling
kind of
what
was
he
Chex
saying Chex
Mix-ish.
the little brown chip.
no.
Shut up.
Munchies
Thank
had
you.
Sun Chips, Doritos, pretzels, and Cheetos.
Yeah,
That's
Exactly.
it.
That's what I said.
And
get different
I was
flavors.
convinced my school was obsessed with them to the point where the vending machine, half of the vending machine rows were just Flaming
Yeah.
Hot
Just
Munchies
straight
because they
up.
would sell out every single day.
Yeah.
These
Wow.
kids were obsessed. I was convinced that they lowered your IQ because these
Gave you
kids
cancer
that would
too,
eat them,
apparently.
and I was like,
Literally
this
during-
is not good.
I feel like there was a couple months in high school where every single break I would get a bag of Flamin' Hot
Do
Munchies.
you
Sure.
feel like you're smarter because of that?
Sure.
No.
Exactly.
I got another one
Case
too.
proven.
Go ahead.
Do you guys remember? You can still get them too. Those freezer taquitos. Did you ever have those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that what
Freezer
Kara
taquitos.
said that?
No.
No, I said Flamin' Hot.
She
They're
said
like the
Flamin' Hot.
ones,
Or,
and
yeah.
you know, it was
Tapatio
the
Doritos.
same thing as bagel bites, where like they never were
Yes.
hot. They were always too hot or like frozen, like really
Yes.
cold in the center.
You put cheese
But
on
nothing-
top, melt it in the
If
microwave.
you cut those, I used to cut them in half, and I used to eat them with whatever sauce I had or whatever. And the inside of them just never looked
Always
right.
cold.
Yeah,
Never
no, we
always
talked about this
Grody.
because you dipped them in something weird, and I was
Ketchup.
like, yeah,
Ketchup.
yeah.
Ew.
That's right.
What the heck?
So
You
my
monster.
Well,
my shameful
I'll stand by
snack. My shameful snack growing up. This is so bad.
Okay, I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
I could only have it at my grandparents because my mom refused to buy the ingredients for it.
Can't imagine why.
And it was my grandma made me pizza bites, but it
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
was like the equivalent of like Depression era pizza
Yeah.
bites.
It was
Yeah.
like Ritz and a piece of cheese and
It-
pepperoni.
No, that would have been better. That would have been
That's what
better.
they did.
It was saltine cracker,
Okay.
cheese whiz, and ketchup.
Oh no.
And she's like, "Do you want pizza bites?" And I'd be like, "Yes." In the amount of salt, I'm sure is like. And now what's funny is my grandparents are
Hold
like
on,
very
hold on.
healthy and like low sodium diets and everything. And like I sometimes I'll look at them making dinner and I'm like, "You used
like-
to feed me
pizza crackers
canned cheese, ketchup,
with
and a
ketchup
saltine."
and a saltine cracker.
And it was my grandma's pizza bite recipe.
No, they did.
and I
God.
love that
They
stuff.
did the Ritz with cheese. And
No, ours was culinary masterpiece.
That-
Ritz crackers,
That's just a Lunchable.
Prego sauce, and then just a
Oh.
sprinkled cheese over the top.
I
Throw in
did
the microwave for
I did
10
the,
minutes.
The rich peanut butter and
good.
jellies when I was a kid. You put a little peanut butter on there, a little jelly.
Oh,
on
I
there.
did. I did Ritz and
Wow.
peanut butter.
Jelly
The
bites.
the
Yeah.
sandwiches, and you made little
Or the
sandwiches.
little square.
I did that.
I'm sure those will get banned with whatever we're banning in California. The square cheese. They look like they're
Oh,
crackers,
yes.
but it's the square
Yes.
or
And
Yeah,
bright
they came in a pack of
orange,
six.
Neon
Yep.
orange.
neon orange with however I don't know how, but
Yeah.
really dry, powdery cheese filling.
Or peanut butter. It was a peanut. They made them
Or
peanut
they
butter.
made
Yes.
them peanut butter. or
Wait, are
cheese?
you
butter
are you
ones.
talking about the ones that it was the stick and dip?
Oh,
ones?
but
Oh,
those
no,
two.
those two,
The
those-
sticks with a little pool
With the
of
pool of
I'm
cheese.
sorry.
neon yellow nacho
My dad
cheese.
literally bought those not that long ago, and I was like,
Who bought those?
In those,
my dad.
I don't know if this was just
Good
me.
call, Robert. Thanks.
But I never ate the actual sticks. That was just a cheese spoon
a
for
vessel
me.
for the cheese.
Oh no,
It
I,
was like
I like
fun
the
dip.
sticks.
It was like fun dip, where like
cheese
the
spoon.
The
stick
sticks
was
were
nice.
the sticks were always sometimes sweet.
so aggressive.
Do you remember the sticks being sweet?
I love picturing 10-year-old Annie just sitting on the porch with
Cheese.
her one cracker,
yeah.
scooping
Okay.
out the
Well, that
cheese.
was-
I'm a
that
dip
was fun
girl,
dip.
You know, I love a good dip.
That's like
I
fun
would do
dip.
that. I would do that
Only
with the
sugar.
carrots and the ranch and like a veggie
Fun
tray.
dip.
Is I would use the celery was a real good. I would use
Yes,
the
the
celery
scooper.
and
Yeah.
just eat the ranch and then
Yeah.
put the same stick of celery back.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna propose something.
Okay,
Next
go ahead.
week, we all bring
Snack trade.
We all bring. You can do something you said now,
No,
or you can
I
do
gotta
something. You
change
gotta
it.
rethink of something.
Yeah.
Bring a snack as a child that you know
Oh.
definitely is not made from natural materials,
It's
Okay.
on its way out.
Oh,
Done.
and also is maybe slowly killing you.
Easy.
yeah.
Done.
My dad. This is. My dad. I feel like I've talked about this. Would make what he called a hot dog burrito, which was just
Oh,
a
you talked about this last
tortilla
week.
and cheese and a hot dog, and he
Oh,
would microwave
Cheesy
it
blaster.
and just roll it on up, and he'd be like, "Here's your hot dog burrito." We wouldn't dip it in anything; you just Here's a
There
hot
it
dog.
is.
Hot
There it
dog.
is.
I feel like
rolled
that
in
wouldn't be too bad.
There was a thing online that was saying, I can't remember what it was called. It was like the ultimate glizzy or something, where you go to Costco and you get a chicken bake.
Yes,
a
and you
hot
put the
dog,
hot dog in the
and
chicken
you
bake.
Put the hot dog down the center of the
Yes.
chicken bake and
Okay,
you eat it.
I,
Yes.
I
Wait,
saw
let
the
me
one
do
where you
that.
take a slice of the Costco pizza and you wrap the hot dog in the
No,
pizza.
this is
But
the
the chicken
chicken
bake
bake.
is kind of barbaric. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You really?
To
You don't think you
I
like
need to
it?
go
Out of
back.
everything
Crack
you
open
do
a
in your
chicken
life-
bake. Go ahead.
I need to go back
Annie.
to Costco because they took out the green onions in the chicken bake, so I need to go get that chicken bake now.
They had green
They
onions.
finally answered
Yeah.
your emails, huh?
It did.
That's cool.
You've been fighting that battle for years.
Yeah, for
Years.
years.
Yeah.
Years.
Man.
I mean, Costco does slap in the right setting, of course. It's
Well,
like-
Annie
Costco's
Annie
so
tried
good.
to transition like
Sorry,
20
go
minutes
ahead.
ago, so go ahead. Let it rip.
I was gonna say,
Speaking of toxic,
Kara had brought up, someone very toxic, Amanda
Taylor
Bynes.
Swift.
Yes.
Oh.
No.
I thought
No.
that's where I was going to.
Amanda Bynes.
We'll get to her in a second.
Woof.
Amanda Bynes. What is she?
What's up to her? What's up with
Is that
her
a
these
Amanda
days?
Show
All
reboot
that's-
or what?
All that has come out is that she is in a 72-hour.
Cycled.
Yep,
5150
cycled.
kind of
Yep,
situation?
because they found her
Sad.
running around the streets naked.
Whose streets?
I'm guessing the streets
Hollywood
of LA.
Boulevard.
Yeah.
But that's all that's come out about it. We've all known that Amanda Bynes has been struggling.
Which is
That's
hard because she
rough.
seemed like she was doing better. She was
Yeah.
engaged. She did get a face tattoo.
I'm having a hard time
She did.
placing her, like as far as what she looks like. I don't
Oh,
know why.
Well, I
I'll
don't think you
bring up-
recognize her
I'll bring
now.
up the most.
She's the man. You never saw that movie?
No, I remember seeing her and all that, but I'm just saying, like in my brain right now, I'm trying to remember. I know I remember the Amanda Show, right? I remember that.
Amanda
but-
show.
And then wasn't she in Even Stevens, or is that a different? No, that's
Different
a
girl.
different
That was
actress.
Christy Carlson Romano.
That's her right now.
She actually looks like Miley Cyrus right there.
I don't-
see.
I
Little
bit.
don't recognize her at all.
Yeah. She
Poor
does
thing.
not. She was Penny in Hairspray.
That
Okay.
was like her last.
That was her last big thing.
Well, no, because Easy A was after that.
Thing. Easy A.
Yeah, she was in Easy A. She's the
Okay,
super Christian
That's right. Like,
girl in
uh-huh.
there, and that's where like you looked at her and she started gaining weight, and it was like something's going on with Amanda Bynes, and then after that it went.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is how toxic celebrity culture has ruined me. Is I feel really bad for her, right? But wouldn't you pay like $1 million to see that? Like see her running down the middle of the street naked?
It says
$1
that
million?
Yelling at people.
I don't know about
it's
that.
Maybe
it was
10.
almost
Price
one
tag's a little
year,
high.
almost 1 year to the day that her 9-year conservatorship was officially terminated.
Was she
Wow.
celebrating or?
It's
That's
a special
crazy.
anniversary. What's with the
Crazy.
conservatorships?
Her mom was in
nowadays?
charge of her.
Like, Tell me you're not doing those
the
anymore.
pipeline of child celebrity to
And money.
adult crazy celebrity to in
Money.
conservatorship. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how it
I know,
happens.
feels
Also, I
they're
feel like
more-
drugs.
It feels like
Yes.
they're more of a problem than they are a solution in most cases.
Yeah.
How's that?
Like when
child celebrities?
conservatorships are made, like with the whole Britney thing, it's like it seems like it's just kind of a power move more than it is like actually helping someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you have a lot of other problems to find yourself in a position where you have a conservatorship.
True.
I think
For a court to be like, no, this person can't.
handle themselves. I mean, I'm sure it happens to normal people all the time.
Yeah.
Like, let alone celebrities.
Yeah.
You know,
But you thought I was transitioning to T Swizzle.
so I did. I kind of
She-
thought you were transitioning to that
Big
toxic.
Big
Remember?
Eras tour, huh?
She has debuted her Eras tour.
Big
Yes.
kickoff.
Big kickoff.
Yep.
People, what I saw that I've seen a lot is TikToks about the outfits that they're using her tour
Yes.
as like a fashion show.
Yes.
And
Very similar to Harry Styles'
Yeah.
tour.
yeah, like what are you? Oh, I like your Eras outfit.
Yep.
And
Yep.
people are dressing up and having.
This is a big one too because it is all of her different.
Yeah, people are like
times.
having costume changes.
Yeah.
For their outfits for her show. With every album she starts singing, they'll like change to that album like crazy.
See, I think that's fun. I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get your money's worth out of it. Like, you paid so much for this ticket. Like, freaking wear whatever you want and go and
I'm
party
still
down.
deciding. Me and the girls have a group
That's
chat.
good. You
and
have plenty of time.
I know. Seeing everything, we're like,
When
okay,
did she come to San Diego?
August or
August.
LA.
Closest she's coming
August.
is L.A.
Yeah.
And that's not until August. End of the summer.
Got to find the
Vibe.
outfit. We got to find a place to stay. We're trying to figure out if we should park there. All this stuff. Because I guess in Arizona, there were people who couldn't get Ubers and didn't get home or to their hotels until like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Apparently, they deemed that area where they had Glendale in Arizona, Arizona for the day.
That's
no,
adorable.
it was Swifty.
ERA.
It was Swifty City.
No, it was Arizona. I saw.
It was
Well,
it was.
I
Swifty
heard
City.
both,
Arizona.
right?
I saw that.
Could be both, right? I
Well,
mean,
maybe it could be both.
Swifty City. Swifty City can be anything, right?
I think we're in Swifty City right now.
Maybe we are. Maybe we are.
But yeah, there's big things.
So what you've seen so far, what are you most excited about?
Well, there's every single concert has 2 different acoustic songs that she's not gonna repeat.
Oh.
Which kind of sucks because now knowing like, oh
Same
dang
set
it,
list.
opening night she sang Mirror Ball, and I'm not gonna hear Mirror Ball,
Yeah, that's
kind of thing.
Are you
'Cause she has
much
so
one
many
into
songs.
that, like concert spoilers? Like, because I've seen a lot of people just posting full videos
Yeah.
of her concert. Like, does that bother
Sure.
you? Like knowing you're going to go see the show later this year? Or?
No, I don't think so because every show is different anyways. Where it is, like we're
Sure.
going opening night of LA,
Yeah, that's probably going to be.
so it's
Pull
gonna
out
be
some stomps.
cray
How
cray.
many nights is she in LA? Do we know?
I think she's doing
4,
3 or 4. Yeah.
Wow.
something like that.
Not
Yeah.
12 like Harry Styles, or 12 at
Crazy.
Madison Square Garden.
Is
That's
he
right.
is he done
Yeah.
touring or is he touring again?
He's international
I think
right
he's
now.
off. Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not in the U.S. at the moment.
No.
I saw him in like,
International.
where is he now? Australia, I think is what I saw him.
wow,
Melbourne.
that's crazy.
But yeah,
I saw somebody made a TikTok and they were like, they were also from a different country, but they flew to whatever country he was in. And so
wow.
they stayed at a hotel and they were walking like just around the city to see the city over there, and they ran into him. He had like a mask on and they took a picture
Harry.
with him, and then they said like they went to a show that night, and at his show, I guess he recognized them or something. Which
That's cool.
was cool.
Super cool.
A big thing at the
We take a
concert
picture.
is they're calling it like the friendship bracelet swap.
Okay.
And you're supposed to come to the concert with a ton of friendship bracelets, like Taylor Swift themed, and you just trade them with people. You get there early and you trade them.
That's like rave culture.
I know. I
Feels
know.
like this is really healing our generation.
Yeah, but they
honest.
don't do that weird thing where they like clasp hands and then like switch them.
Oh,
That's
I'm
weird.
sure they do.
So that's
Yeah, they don't do.
Yeah, no, they're not that weird out there.
that's a big
that
thing
weird stuff,
that's
right?
going on. And I saw a TikTok of a girl because the next concert is Friday night in Vegas. That's her next spot is Vegas. This girl is flying from Australia
Fine.
to Vegas, and instead of bringing all these bracelets, she's bringing all those like little koala keychains from Australia and giving those out.
That's sweet.
Wow.
We're going to bring Molly.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just
we're
give it
not.
out.
I'm
Hard drugs.
joints for
Right,
everyone.
Give it out to
All right.
kids.
There you go.
Weed for
There you
everyone.
go.
Sure.
Everyone.
I don't.
This
That's
is
fine.
For
want it.
Harry.
I
Yeah.
don't want.
What? We're not at
But
Harry
I don't
Styles.
want that.
She did come out with new music right before her tour officially started.
Midnight.
Couple of new
No,
singles.
she dropped some new singles.
Oh yeah, the night before she dropped 4 songs. 2 of them are covers. And yeah.
Good for her.
Oh, and another thing, during her Red Era's part of her tour,
Okay.
she's been wearing the white shirt that has like
That's weird.
black writing.
Yeah.
And she's chosen a couple letters to be in red. So people are thinking that about 20 whatever shows to spell out Speak Now Taylor's version in the red.
Where are we at with the letters?
We have 4 letters.
The letter F is not in Speak Now Taylor's version.
Oh.
The letter F?
Cheeky little joke. Just
I don't get it. Yeah. Tank. Go ahead and tank. So
Wow.
we're still waiting on Speak Now because that's a big thing right now is
just big F on her shirt.
all the eras go. And then she sings Enchanted, and that's the only song she sings from Speak Now. And then she goes on to the next album where she plays like 7 songs from that album.
Sure.
So everyone's like, what the heck? Why aren't you
What
singing
the
more?
heck?
I'm just waiting for her album Noon to come out.
Yeah.
I think that
For
that's gonna
midnight
get
to
too
noon.
much. You know,
So
like
dumb.
she's gonna reach a
What?
point where everyone's like, we don't really care about the hidden message stuff anymore. Like, we just
No.
want you
If
to
No,
that's
we
what
always care.
happens,
On lock.
she'll probably be 90 years old.
We always
I think,
care.
I think down the line she won't have released music for like decades,
And then she'll
but it'll
wear a
still be
shirt
like,
and it's like-
yeah, it's like maybe
with
thinking
numbers
about
on
music.
it.
And
You're
you're like,
like,
she's thinking about
oh my
releasing
gosh.
music.
Ah.
I
Well,
think the secret messages will outlive the music by a long
Yeah.
shot.
If people are still arguing if Jack and Rose both could have fit on the stupid door in Titanic,
Did you see the
Then-
director came out that he was wrong and they could have?
I thought they
For
Wait.
this
Guys,
25th for this
exactly-
25th anniversary thing,
exactly
he
what
came
I'm
out and he
saying.
said, "Yeah, they could have fit."
You're telling
I
me
thought
James Cameron said that he was wrong
They
about
did
something?
like full testing. I
No
saw a
way.
video that they like tested it.
The idea
And he
is
was there.
if they were both on the door. See, this is what I'm saying. If we're still talking about this crap,
Okay.
Taylor
we
Swift
are.
will never be irrelevant. If they were both
let's not
on the
hold our breath.
door, it would have been underwater enough that they both would have still been wet, but she wasn't in water at all. She was
Yeah.
floating on top.
You guys, we see it
Whatever.
in the movie. Jack tries to jump on the door and it tilts back and
Yeah.
up. And then he says, okay, like just you get on. Like
No,
there
Yeah.
wasn't room.
there was.
I'm just saying.
This is what I'm saying. Taylor
was.
Swift will never be irrelevant because
But
of this.
the sacrifice, it's about the emotional sacrifice, okay? You go, Rose, you live your life in America.
Yeah,
I have
I'm not
nothing
supposed
for
to
me.
be there. You know
I'm
what
not supposed to
saying?
be there.
That's beautiful. That's what makes it really beautiful. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
just
saying?
like
Wow.
just like the Taylor Swift concert. I'm
You're-
gonna be like trying to park the car, and I'm like, "Just go, Kara, go! The
Yeah,
show's starting." She's
it's
like,
true.
"But you have to." I'm like,
No,
Go.
She won't do that.
She's like,
She'll
okay,
be
bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we need to figure out your outfit.
"True, true that."
we need to figure
My
out
God.
your outfit.
I'll just walk in like a big T, right?
For
Can I
There's
just-
Taylor?
been
Yeah.
people doing the funniest like there's one Halloween when Taylor Swift was little and she dressed like a Teletubby, and there was a guy who
Oh,
came in a yellow
God.
Teletubby costume.
She
guess
used to,
weird.
It's
she
like
used to
people are
perform-
choosing characters that she's voiced
Yeah.
and dressing like that,
That's pretty fun.
like very niche things.
This one girl, Taylor Swift, when she was like really little and would like sing the national anthem around town for like random sports games, would always wear this like sequin American flag top, and someone found it. Like,
Probably Old Navy.
yeah, Old Navy circa 2000, like found that
That's
top,
crazy.
and like it's like a children's top, and she like got it to fit, and she goes, "I'm wearing this," and literally recreated her outfit from when she was like 7.
okay, I decided
some
on my
good
outfit.
ones.
I'm gonna
You're
be
gonna be
her in Cats, in the movie Cats.
There has been that too.
Smart.
McCavity or whatever.
McCavity.
Go get like legit makeup done.
Yeah.
Rent,
Do the dance like down on the floor, like.
Only you can do that. That'd be awesome.
wow. I never saw that movie because
Me neither, actually.
I didn't either.
Believe it or
Didn't
not.
want to.
Way too
Nah.
much James Corden, I hear,
Ugh.
in that movie.
Too much.
Way
I heard
too
it was
much.
like too much like
Hey, he's
butts.
leaving. All right.
Yeah.
Just
He's
give him
out.
a
He's
break,
out.
all right?
Done.
I saw a TikTok of somebody sitting at a stoplight. That
I-
one by CBS Studios
Yeah.
or whatever he's on. And they're like, I'm just trying to get home. I'm in traffic. And this guy is out here dancing and singing. And it's James Corden doing, like, I guess, one more
What are they-
round of
yeah.
crosswalk, musical.
Musical. Yeah. This is-
Crosswalk
God.
Like,
Broadway,
I
whatever.
just want to get home. Please.
Hey, you decided to live in LA.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Man, oh.
I mean, the guy's gotten
man.
lucky though. I mean, a lot of his bits, albeit not perfectly fleshed out bits, but like when he was doing carpool karaoke in the UK with
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney,
The Rolling Stones, right?
yeah, like
Did they ever
singing the
do that?
songs right on Abbey Road, like
Crazy.
That's got to be.
That's pretty iconic.
You know?
That's pretty legendary.
And he got emotional because James talked about how he wishes that his granddad was still alive because they used to
Right.
sing "Let It Be" together, and he started to get emotional. And Paul's just like, "Yeah, your granddad's here. He's here with us right
He's
now."
like, makes me so emotional. I just want to go berate a waiter somewhere. I just want to go sit down at a restaurant and yell at the staff.
you know
there.
what? Can you
Right?
happens
Yeah.
one time?
No.
No.
One
no,
time.
Nope.
No. Never.
Jerry
Never.
Seinfeld has comedians in cars getting coffee,
Yes.
and he did it with Barack Obama,
Yeah.
and it's
Wait a
so
minute.
funny. He
Not a
like
comedian.
he like rolled up and is like knocking on the the Oval Office's window, and he's like, "You wanna get coffee?" And they had to just go in circles in front of the White House, and he's like, he like
Awesome.
tries to leave, and Obama's like, "Yeah, we can't leave," and he
not
goes,
gonna work.
Aw.
"Okay, I'll just go this way," and just literally doing
travel around the White
laps. And he's like, "When's the last time
You're the
you
president."
drove?" He's like,
Gosh.
I
That's
don't
like
know.
when Ellen would always do the when she went out to CVS with Michelle Obama.
So
And
funny.
Ellen didn't know how to check out.
Michelle didn't, I think.
No.
No,
it was
no,
Ellen.
as
No, it was
Ellen
Ellen. And
didn't
Michelle
know.
was like,
Oh,
"You've never
God.
done," and they both needed help.
Yeah, Michelle kind of knew what she was doing,
so
which is pretty.
cringe.
Which I think is more shocking.
You're
but-
the first black president. We're driving in a car.
Go ahead. No, keep going. Keep.
I want to take a right turn. but I keep going left.
Can you do the voice without moving your hands?
Jerry, let me be clear.
Don't move your hands.
My Secret Service won't let us leave. That's crazy.
Stop moving your hands. See if you can do it without your hands.
We need to get coffee.
No.
It's part of the show.
Not as well.
You're not a comedian.
Not as well. Jeez. Your wife is totally destroying.
Well, she's my biggest fan and my biggest critic as
That's
well.
right.
So.
Hey,
True.
that's
Yep.
growth right
She's got to
there.
keep me honest.
Dang.
Are they working, the glasses? Or are
No.
they not
No.
working? Okay. Okay. Okay.
they're
I
working.
feel, I will say, I feel smarter.
You've
Do I look
across-
smarter?
You come across way smarter than you usually do.
Kidding
You?
Which is
Thank you. Great. Great.
And I said, hey,
Hey.
what a wonderful kind of day. Down
You
another
look
rest.
like a
wish we
little
had your
art mark.
piano.
Yeah, well,
Well, times a changing.
I got a big thumbs down from
Times a changing.
Albright Studio Entertainment, whatever.
Guys, I have a kind of strange segment
Go
to have
ahead.
today.
Go
Let
ahead.
it rip.
How much time we got?
This is going to be it
6,
for
7
us. Go ahead and
minutes.
Okay.
introduce it.
Yeah,
And
just go ahead.
So I started working at a store that is connected to a coffee shop.
okay.
And
Yes, you did.
and there is a guy that comes into the coffee shop that I've seen 1 or 2 times.
Oh.
Well, 2 times,
Wow.
2, 3 times now.
Okay, I know where
And
this
there's
is going.
something that has caught my attention. He will walk past like where I stand and the desk I stand at.
Is it
Okay.
teabag
The-
guy?
Teabag guy. And- okay,
I knew
okay.
it. He comes
This-
in almost every day.
This guy sits there
Okay.
and he orders a cup of tea and then he suckles on the tea bag.
For like an hour.
For
That
like
is
an
aggressive.
hour.
That
And
is too
like
much.
multiple hours. He
Yeah.
sits there and like sucks on it. And he will come by and go to the bathroom on our side of the shop.
Oh.
Still
and
sucking on it.
Sucking on the tea bag. And I clocked it like a couple weeks ago. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what is that? What was in that guy's mouth? Comes out full on sucking on this tea bag. And then like an hour later comes by, still has it in his mouth, still
Okay.
going at it.
Is it like?
Okay.
How do
No,
I
we've
ask
talked
this?
to him.
How do I ask this?
We've talked to
Is
him
he
about it.
like a normal looking fellow?
No.
No.
Okay. Well,
He's not like
There you
weird.
go.
He's like clean cut. He's
that's what I'm asking.
I think
Yeah.
he might be. He might be Indian?
so yes, he's from.
he's Indian.
He has a very thick accent. So, but then I tried to research it to see if there's like a cultural.
Yeah, maybe he just
practice
really
of
likes
it.
No.
tea.
No,
He. So we asked him about it because.
you did.
What?
Well, because
you
multiple.
got the answer to this whole
Wait, hold on a second. You asked him, fronted him up. Hey,
I didn't,
hey,
Alex did.
What's the deal, man? Why are you doing
Because
that?
every day he'd come,
Okay.
he'd get a cup of tea.
Okay, what kind of tea?
I
It's important.
want to say Earl Grey.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like herbal tea.
Good
I think-
tea.
Yeah, good tea, whatever. And then he'd come back like every couple hours for more hot water, like
Just
keep
still
refilling the
working on
same
that
one.
one bag.
So now when he comes up, he gets his tea and then 2 extra things of water because he's like, I don't want to keep bugging you guys coming up
Hey,
for
bro,
hot water.
you got to buy another cup of tea.
So Alex was like, hey,
Do you have to?
do you want another tea bag? Like, do you want a new tea bag? And he was like, no, there's so many benefits from the tea leaves that you never get. Half the time, he cuts open the tea
He
bag
doesn't
and he
eat the
eats
tea
the tea
leaves?
leaves. Yeah.
Okay.
That is aggressive.
The first time I saw
And he's
him,
visibly shook.
the first time I saw him when he had the tea bag in his mouth,
Teabag guy doesn't just suck on the bag. He
no.
he cracks it open and starts.
Yeah.
Yummy.
The first time I saw him, I didn't know it was a tea bag in his mouth, and I thought his tongue was just super swollen. I was like, "What?"
And, it had a
And then he
little string
came up
coming
and he
off
took it out, and I was like,
Okay,
Took
the
it out for
reason
you?
I clocked him in the segment, I thought in my mind was maybe this is like a My Strange Addictions thing, because I tried to Google if besides the fact that there's like you'll just get more of the like the like herbal benefits of the tea the more
Annie,
you
hate
suckle
to
it,
break
but
it to you. He's
just a
knows
weirdo.
very well what he's doing.
"He's just a weirdo."
he
he's
is
just a
completely
weirdo.
okay with it.
and I was like, maybe it's My Strange Addictions. He just loves it, and he just like is a habit, and he can't break it. Because the reality is, this man walks through the whole store, like suckling on a
That's-
tea bag, and that's what's
That
weird.
makes me
Oh, you know
And
the
then-
even weirder thing?
Wait,
What?
One of our newest coworkers said that he used to go into his old shop too and do the same thing. He is a frequent teabag sucker.
And all across San Diego, he's doing it. That's crazy.
Oh, my case against him is just getting
Completely
deeper
back
now.
wide open.
Wow. Because another thing that catches my eye is he'll go to the restroom on our side and
Okay.
he'll walk out and his hands are like dripping wet, like sopping wet, like insane. And he'll just walk through like this and there'll be water like flying off of him. Like he
Okay,
doesn't dry,
so
he doesn't use towels. Doesn't
I
use
would say that if he's already like, the benefits of tea, then that extrapolates to he doesn't use single waste paper products. Am I right?
He
If doesn't have to.
always reused his paper
Homie-
cup.
Homie
Yeah.
is drying his hands on his pants.
Yeah.
But
I'll
he's
tell you
not.
that.
He's not drying it on
They're just
anything.
wet?
They're just wet.
That's crazy.
And so I told my coworker this. I was like, okay, when you see that guy come out, pay attention because he's sucking on a tea bag and his hands are soaking wet. And he comes out and I was helping a customer and I look at her and she's like this, watching him go sit down. And she goes, they're so wet.
Oh, wow.
And she goes, and that's what's in his mouth. I go, that's what's in his mouth.
That, in fact, is what is in his mouth.
Get some weird.
And then there's another guy.
Oh.
There's another guy who I'm convinced is writing a manifesto because he sits there, and everyone else has said they've talked to him. He's really nice, but he sits there and writes for hours and hours and hours just by hand in notebooks.
the blonde surfer guy.
No, a different guy.
I would be worried about
I'll
that
point him
guy.
out. You've seen him. You've
I
seen
would
him.
Oh,
be-
blonde surfer guy does the same thing, and he doesn't sit either. He stands at the bar
This
Hey,
seems like its
all
own
day.
podcast,
Hate
honestly.
that.
Those are normal things.
No,
What's wrong
like,
with
I'm not
writing in
kidding.
a book?
Ryan, it's like every single time I go to Moniker and I work there and then I'll go there to
I mean,
to do
the place
my
I
own
work.
work.
I mean, the place I work.
He's there.
I
And
need
the
to
whole
know what
time
he
I'm there.
orders.
And you know that I'll sit there for hours on my laptop.
Yeah.
The whole time he's sitting there writing by hand in journals.
What does he
And
look
they're
like?
stick.
Okay, hold on. Annie, what do you think people did before we had laptops?
But that's what I'm saying. If you're writing a book, you'd be typing it.
That's true.
Why are
Okay,
you writing
fair.
for hours and hours and hours by hand?
And then have to retype it.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's writing a manifesto.
I don't know. It's a
Ryan's
stretch.
writing his
I
own.
have
was
a
with
lot
you
of
on Tea
studies.
Guy, but blonde surfer, leave him alone. Okay, he's just writing his thoughts. He just wants to write his thoughts
I think
down.
he's
I'll
also
point it out to you.
drawing. I think
I'll point it out to you.
surfer
Okay,
guy is
all
also
right.
No,
drawing.
Yeah,
this
'cause you
guy
should.
is writing.
Side
He is-
note, you know who's also always there all the time?
You.
Me. So
Maybe you should make
And I'm
more,
doing way
make a
less.
bigger impression. You know, like how are you
Choose
gonna
your thing.
what's gonna be my thing?
like
at the
what's your
coffee
thing?
shop?
Manifesto guy, teabag guy, like.
I'm gonna steal all the coffee like stir sticks.
Okay.
I'll be the
Nice,
stealing guy.
nice.
Some guy today was like, "Do you have any more of the little silver spoons for the drinks for here?" And I was like,
Oh,
"Nah,
he's-
bro.
No, he's taking
They're all
those.
gone."
He's
And he
taking
went, "What?" And I went, "People like little things. The little tiny
Amen.
Yeah.
spoons."
Okay. Yeah.
Can't
You know,
can't relate.
Yeah, you've never stolen
Cool.
anything.
like the salt and straw spoons
Yeah.
that they
Well,
give to
yeah,
sample.
yeah. No specifics. No,
Yeah.
no proper nouns. Well, as we come to a close here in this beautiful new space,
Yeah.
I just want to extend a thank you to the Albrights for hosting.
Oh, anytime.
Here's to 122 more episodes,
Whoop, 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 whoop.
just like this.
Yeah, Jake, our avid follower, said that we should count back down now.
Oh.
That-
This is 2020. This is 122. Next week is 121.
Shouldn't we start counting down when
That-
we get to half of 365?
Why would we do that? That's crazy.
Oh.
You know, like
Does that mean
130.
we'll have to end it at that point?
No.
We count back up.
Get back to one. I hadn't considered that.
No, once we get to 180
Yeah,
something, half of a year, like half of the days of a year, we should start going down then.
but we're
You know.
but it's
Nah, I
weeks.
think we just keep going up. Keep going up.
Guys, episode 1000 coming at you in just a few years.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like 10
Like
years.
a
but
lot.
Yeah,
You say
yeah.
that's
We're at
8 more
122
years.
right now, and
Listen, those glasses might make you look smarter, but
they're actually making me dumber actively. I am feeling my
Just like
brain get smaller.
munchies.
I can see you're eating the munchies. Yeah,
I
flaming hot
am
munchies.
Certainly. Well, looking forward to eating some munchies.
Whoop, whoop.
Let's go get a bag, huh?
Woo! On the couch, as always, Cara Tafolla, Annie the Skovmand. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And we'll see you here next week on What the Podcast. Annie didn't even attempt that one.